Why not?
Okay, let's do it. Oh
What's
God,
what's the worst that could happen? Did it go live? Are you still there?
I'm here. Hi.
Hi. Let's see. It
Although,
is. It is not. Oh,
what's
there we go.
happening? Do you have a big,
Oh yeah.
weird
There
screen
we
of?
go.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay.
the event will begin at 9:35. I'm gonna go ahead and mute
I,
that. Okay.
I was
All right.
gonna say, is it making the same beautiful like G high G above high C tone to you? Because it's like
It
G,
it is
we're not
indeed.
ready yet. It'll
We're
be here in 9 minutes and 25 seconds. Are we live?
We are
Sorry.
live. We are live. Hello, everyone out there. If there's anyone watching right now, that's great. Let me see here. This is our first time ever doing this, so bear with us. This could be a atrocity. I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna go ahead and start recording, and we can get into some Oscar stuff, and we'll wait for this thing to come on. What is all this HD? I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, all right, and we
Well,
we are back in the lobby bar, Michaela, for the week of January the 22nd, 2024. We've got our coffees here. If you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing our Drink the Movies coffee cups. Maybe those will be coming to a store sometime in the future. I don't know for sure. But Michaela, today is the Oscar nominations day. I totally bungled it. I thought it was yesterday. It turns out I was incorrect. The Academy sent me a letter, cease and desist, and said stop talking about it because it's not today, it's tomorrow. So that is what we're going to be doing today. We're watching this live on our YouTube. So go over to youtube.com/chat drink the movies, I think is the channel name if you want to get subscribed over there. But that's where we're going to be broadcasting this thing from. Are you excited, Michaela? Are you nervous to venture out into the world of live video? I don't know. This is our first time
um,
ever doing this.
this is it? It's close. I think we did a live like getting ready for Oscars thing last year.
We did a
But that
Patreon
but that
chat.
was
Yeah.
that was on our Patreon. So
Yeah.
you had to be super special and subscribe in a special way for that one. And it's not too late. If you are interested in doing our Patreon, we
Mm-hmm.
would love that. We'd love to give you a shout out and do all the things that we do for our patrons. You get a
Yes.
lot of extra goodies if you do that, including more live events, I'm hoping. Special thanks to Brian for figuring all this out at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's zero dark 30 where we were on the East Coast trying to figure this out. And by we, I mean it was all Brian. So yeah, I'm super excited. Can you tell? I don't know if you can
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
I'm excited. I feel like we've done a good job of staying up on some Oscar movies this year, a little bit better. A part of that was that movie theaters were kind of back in full swing, at least for a while, until the strike obviously happened. But we were able to get out and see some things, early. The Spider Verse. We saw Past Lives early, which is hopefully going to be nominated today, and maybe a future episode of the podcast, coming down the pipe there. But yeah, I feel like we've done a pretty good job of keeping up on these, and a lot of these films this year were some big hitters, right? Like last year, I guess we had like Top Gun and Avatar, both being nominated there. But this year, obviously, Barbie and Oppenheimer, that was something that everyone went out and saw. That's two off of a lot of categories right there off the top, and so we did a pretty good job of keeping up on those. But of course, every Oscar season comes, and you get the dread of putting together that spreadsheet. You see 5 weeks and 32 films to watch in that time, and
It's
I feel like we're going to be better off this year, though.
Oh, I totally agree. It's not dread though. It is
It's kind of dread.
anxious joy. I mean, the look, last
It's
year, the year
it's a lot of
before was even
coffee. It's a
worse.
lot of coffee
It
you need.
it is a lot of something. It's a lot of some liquid in these drink the movies mugs. That's for sure.
Correct.
Um, I do feel like 2 years ago that we had something like 76 movies we had to watch. Last year it was like
Hmm.
52 that we had to watch. This year, I feel like it's probably going to be in that same area, but we will have watched a lot of them because, as you said, we were able to go see things more in the theater, and there were a lot more openness to streaming services, which I really love because
Right. Hmm.
streaming services are, I don't care what anybody says. I know that everybody's going to freak out because they get more expensive every month, but they're still way cheaper than cable, and you get to choose what you want to watch. And I really love that they're starting to create more films for those platforms in general, and releasing them in those ways. Because
Hmm.
if you're not able to go to a theater and do all the theater things, but you still want that experience, you can do that with the streaming service. And I really love that. So I'm super excited that we're ahead of the game. I feel like we're ahead of the game. Watch. It will be literally Barbie, Oppenheimer, and 57 other films that we've never seen or heard of. It'll be like 1994 with The English Patient, or 1993, whichever one year that was, where
That's
it
right.
was
Yeah,
nominated for 87 things and nobody had even seen it yet.
yeah. I think this year really the only thing that's kind of like that is American Fiction, and that's even been out now for a couple of weeks. If you've made it out to the theater to see that one, that was kind of the last big one that was coming out. I haven't had a chance to watch that. I'm assuming it's going to get a few nominations here for it this evening. Before we get into the actual nominations, Michaela, I thought I would share. I found a cocktail for everyone. You can't see this because we're still novices at streaming, but I'm putting it up on the screen right there. Everyone can see it. It is a coffee old fashioned. It is simple, and it's what you're going to need when you're spending 7 hours a day watching movies for the next month. It is simple to make. So into a rocks glass, a big ice cube, 2 ounces of your favorite bourbon, rye, blended whiskey, whatever kind of whiskey you want to use in your old fashioned, half an ounce of some sort of coffee liqueur. Kahlua is what I had. Mr. Black is a very famous one that is very popular around the United States at least. But whatever kind of coffee liqueur you want, and then some orange bitters, a couple dashes there. Go ahead and throw an orange peel in there. That's going to be delicious. It's going to take the edge off of watching all of these Oscar films while also keeping you a little bit caffeinated and ready to go, because there's going to be a lot of these no matter what happens. So yeah, check that one out. What do you think about a coffee old fashioned, Michaela? Coffee anything is pretty good, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, totally. I am really excited about this drink. We've gotten really into old fashions lately. I feel like I have. Maybe I'm really late to the party, but the last year, old fashions have been somewhat of a staple in my house. All the different types. I actually had like a brown butter old fashioned, which sounds like a brown cookie butter old fashioned a couple weeks ago. That was kind of neat. That I want to share the recipe for at a lobby bar at some point. So this sounds amazing because it's like coffee and liquor.
That's right.
but it's not an espresso martini. So this is like a darker, like I don't know, I feel more broody than kind of an espresso martini. You could probably do this
that's true. That's true.
with a fire.
Oh.
It's still cold here. This is the more I'm thinking about it, the more it's sounding great.
Ooh, it sounds good. I'm gonna try the same recipe, except I'm gonna swap in a peated, like a smoky Scotch. That sounds good. A little bit of smoke, a little bit of coffee. It's gonna taste like you're just like rolling out of a tent, getting a campfire going. That's what that's gonna taste like. That'll be good. That'll be good. That'll be good. Yeah. Normally you look for like a coffee cocktail, and it's like, here's 11 variations of White Russians and an espresso martini, and that is pretty much it, all you get. But yeah, I found the old fashioned there. I was like, yeah, that sounds good. A little bit of coffee liqueur, and then you could also use like a chocolate bitter if you wanted a little bit chocolatier. But I went with the orange. I thought that was a good pairing for that there. So yeah, so
it's like a Mocha Valencia.
That's right, absolutely. So one of the exciting things about Oscar nomination times is obviously you get the list, right? It's all the things that you've seen all year, and it's all the things that you want to win. Barbie, for me, I don't know what you're keen on this year. We'll probably get into that as we go through our list here. But one of the exciting things for me is especially all the documentaries. I love the documentaries, so the full length and the short documentaries, but also the foreign films, because those are the ones that you don't ever really hear too much about. This year it's kind of an exception. There's been a couple of really big ones, right? Anatomy of a Fall, Past Lives, the Snow one that's in Spanish. I'm totally drawing a blank on. Those are kind of some bigger ones. Normally that's not the case, right? The foreign films are kind of coming out of the blue and turning you on to something that's new. So that's what's exciting about this day for me. It's just seeing like all of these films that you hadn't heard of throughout the year that are coming to the forefront. And a lot of times people will throw those into their snub list, which is absurd, because you got to watch it to know if there's been a snub involved or not. But oftentimes those are some of my favorite films that I end up watching over the course of the year.
Yeah, for sure. Society of the Snow is the film you're thinking about. Yeah, and I think this year, I mean, every year, the last couple of years, it's gotten better and better for foreign language films to take a front seat in these nominations, which I think is so important because not everybody in the world is American and not everybody in the world speaks just English. So I think there's so many other stories out there. And when you think about film industries that are in other countries, there's films that you and I will never get the opportunity to see simply because they're not widely distributed.
Hmm.
But they're probably just as amazing and heartfelt and paradigm shifting as some of the films that we've got.
Absolutely,
With
absolutely.
that being said,
We're
it looks like
underway.
it's starting.
They have a whole like theater full of people there.
It's
That's
a
kind of
lot of
new. Last year it was
that is new.
just a news release there. So I don't know who that must be. The Academy president. I'm
That's Janet
guessing?
Yang.
Janet
Yep.
Yang. Okay.
Yep.
With our membership of nearly 11,000 film industry artists and leaders,
11,000. It needs to be 11,002, Michaela. We can get our
That's right.
get our votes in. That'll be good.
We do. We do.
Arts and Sciences, the home of global cinema. We recognize and celebrate all aspects.
That's a very fancy necklace.
and the
Gotta look
It
at
is. She looks radiant. I love the like the chiffon yellow.
almost
Yeah.
every category.
You know what's even more impressive? It's like 5:30 a.m. in Los Angeles right now.
Is
So
it?
that's pretty
Oh
good.
gosh.
Film editors,
Yeah.
costume
She looks
designers,
amazing.
designers,
Yeah.
and so on. Best picture nominations.
She's speaking eloquently at 5:30 in the morning. I would not be able to do anything other than here are the nominees.
It's 8:30 in the morning here, and we're not speaking very eloquently. So
That's true.
Breaking 93 countries. Today, we are thrilled to announce what our members
93 countries voted.
that's
That's exciting.
that's a lot
Given
of
they only
countries.
have like a week,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Didn't-
true
they only
story.
had
Yeah.
like 10 days or something.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you get 1 week to watch all of these films, and one of them is Saltburn. So you have to deal
Good
with
luck
that.
with that.
That's right.
Ooh.
All right, here come the actual
Zazie
presenters.
beats Jack Quaid. Oh,
Hello, everyone.
I love
Oh,
Jack Quaid from The Boys.
I am
Yeah,
so
I didn't know that was his name.
How about you, Zassi?
Yeah.
I'm super honored to be here. 93 countries. And standing here now is such a surreal experience. My little girl self is so excited to be here. Honestly, my adult self is really excited to be here. So,
For anyone in the film
Yeah.
industry, no matter where you're from,
Same.
Everybody's excited to be here. That's awesome.
dream come true.
That's right.
to be nominated can be life changing.
Do we know how many categories there are this year, Michaela? Do you know that offhand? I think there were 24 last year, right? All right.
I think there's
Supporting role.
25 because they added one, didn't they? Or was that
actor
were they going
in a,
to and they didn't?
actor in a
Oh.
supporting role: Sterling K. Brown, American Fiction; Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon;
in Killers of the Flower Moon. Robert Downey Jr.
That is awesome.
Robert Downey
No
Jr.,
surprise there. Robert De Niro.
Oppenheimer,
Of
Ryan Gosling in Barbie.
Awesome.
Ryan Gosling for Barbie,
And Mark Ruffalo.
and Mark Ruffalo. Poor Things. Okay, five per category, I guess. So that's not changed.
Yep.
Achievement in costume design. Barbie.
ooh, costume design. This is exciting. Barbie. I mean, no surprise. That's awesome. Killers of the Flower Moon.
And
Napoleon. Oppenheimer. And
Yeah.
Poor Things.
And Poor Things, yeah.
Makeup and
Makeup and hairstyling. A lot of time you get quite a bit of carryover here. Ooh, Golda, that's new. I have to put that on the list.
Oh, we do.
Maestro, Oppenheimer,
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
of course. Poor Things, okay.
Yeah. Considering I didn't know it was Robert Downey Jr. for half the film because
Society,
of the.
Society of the Snow. That was the other foreign film that I couldn't think of the name of.
Oh,
so,
wow. Very exciting.
Yeah.
short film. The After.
Live action short. Oh, this is
The After,
The After.
Night of Fortune.
Invincible,
Red, White, and Blue.
Night of Fortune,
And The Wonderful Story
Red,
of
White, and
Henry
Blue.
Sugar.
Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Okay. Michaela's furiously writing down these, I think, probably. Somehow.
All of them. Yeah.
Right.
Because they're the ones we definitely haven't seen yet, or at least me.
Right. Animated short film. Letter to a Pig. That's going to be sad. I can already tell that.
95 cents.
Oh,
Also
man.
sad.
I'm
Animated
really
short films
sorry.
are just always sad, pretty much. Our uniform, sad.
Pashi Dam.
Pashi Dam. War is Over, inspired by the music of John Yoko. Yeah, always sad there on the
Oh my gosh.
the animated
Yeah,
shorts.
I'm
Those are gonna be
just
sad for sure.
Get tissues, lock yourself in a room, have a good cry.
All right, adapted screenplay.
Oh,
American Fiction, written for the screen by
She sounded very excited. Is she in American Fiction? It's possible.
American Fiction.
written by Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach.
Barbie,
Barbie.
of course.
Adapted
Mhm.
screenplay.
The screen,
That was the big
Nolan.
That was a big kerfuffle.
kerfuffle whether it was going to be original or
Yeah.
adapted. Oppenheimer. Poor
Oppenheimer.
Things,
And The Zone of Interest.
Zone of Interest.
Written by Jonathan.
Mm.
Another foreign film, I believe. Zone of Interest.
Yep. Yep.
Nominees are
That's another one I don't know if it's taken to the theaters yet.
Screenplay, Justine
Original screenplay.
Anatomy of a Fall. That was the big winner.
Anatomy of
on
a Fall.
Golden Globes nights.
It sure was, yeah.
written by David
The Holdovers. Okay.
Maestro, written by Bradley Cooper and Josh Singer. May
Maestro.
May, December.
Bradley
Okay.
Cooper. Man. Is there anything he doesn't do
Interesting.
well?
I don't
May,
know.
December? Oh, okay.
Past Lives. Okay. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Talked about that at the open there. It got a
Yeah.
got a nod. That's good. That's good.
Before our break,
That is good.
nominees for performance by an actress in a supporting role. Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer.
Oh, actress in a supporting role. I'm so excited. Ah.
Danielle
Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Very
right.
good. Daniel Brooks. Color Purple. Still have to see that one. Michaela. Color
I
Purple.
know. Yeah. Yeah.
Jodie Foster.
America Ferrera from Barbie. Oh, that's awesome. That speech she gave was amazing. Jodie Foster and Nyad.
and Nyad. Also in the new season of True Detective.
Oh,
Very good so far.
Yeah.
2 episodes.
Oh
in.
my gosh. Yep. Yep. She's amazing.
back with more nominations.
All right. So apparently the Academy has taken a break. So yeah. So
I am furiously writing all these notes down, trying to get us sorted.
that's right. There were not too many on there, to be honest, that I felt like we hadn't seen really. The Color Purple was probably the bigger, like more like blockbustery one. What was the name of the one?
Yeah.
That we hadn't seen.
We hadn't seen Society
Golda?
of the Snow. We hadn't seen Golda. That was a really
That was a
real
new
surprise
one to
to
me. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that one. Obviously, the shorts, because shorts are really hard to keep track of. I do a fairly good job of like checking out like Variety.com every couple of weeks and seeing how they've updated their kind of Oscar watch list. But the shorts and short documentaries, short films, animated shorts
Yeah.
are always like such a. It's like a roulette spin. You have no idea like where they're coming from, and then you have no idea how you're going to be able to watch them. Your movie theaters do a pretty good job of showing like all the shorts. Like you can get like a package to go watch all of the shorts. We've done that, you and I, a couple of times. I know there is some success in finding stuff on YouTube or like on Vimeo, but I don't understand why the people that make these shorts, especially once they get nominated for an Oscar, don't immediately just put it up on their website to sell. Sometimes I guess they have a deal maybe with a studio to release it at a future date, but I don't know why they wouldn't. That's your chance to like cash in, make a couple bucks, just streaming those out, because people are going to be like desperate to see them, like us, weirdos like us. So
That's true. I mean, I think the shorts are always tough because they're hard to find unless you really have a dedicated want, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. I don't know why they haven't quite figured out how to cash in on that, because rest assured, the feature length films, their legs are spinning right now. All of the agents are figuring out how to get things back on streaming if it's not on streaming, how to release it earlier, how to make sure that it's, rented only. So if you like it, you're going to have to buy it again in a couple of weeks. It's kind of like, the Taylor Swift Eras Tour thing, right? Like they will figure out, they figured that out for the long feature length ones. I don't know why. But Just Watch is a great app. We're not affiliated. We could be Just Watch. We could be. But Just Watch is a great app if you're looking for a film. That's primarily what we use at Drink the Movies to find films that we can't necessarily just find on Amazon Prime or something, right? It'll tell you what apps you can find these things on.
And it's pretty cool because you can put them on your Just watch list. Again, not affiliated with Just Watch, just a really big fan of the app that they have there, the website. You can put these
Yep.
things in your watch list, and then it'll send you like your phone an alert like as soon as it's able to be streamed somewhere or rented, or even now I think they have movie tickets back on there, so you can it even alerts you if it's hitting a theater. So you go ahead and just load that up. That's how I keep track of most of mine. Going into this time of year, once Michaela sends me that spreadsheet later today, and we
Yeah.
and we
You
have
start knocking 'em out.
our moments of panic and start watching 3 films a day. Can't keep anything straight for sure. But yeah. So yeah, nothing like crazy surprising, I guess, on that. It's going to be a lot of Oppenheimer and Barbie and Killers of the Flower Moon, I think, probably going forward here for the rest of these. But
Yeah, I would say so. If it's not, I'm going to be real surprised.
yeah.
Oh, and we're back.
From the Academy in Beverly Hills, where we have the privilege of announcing the nominees.
Beverly Hills.
What an exciting lineup so far. What's up next?
The nominees for achievement in music, original song.
Okay, original song.
The Fire Inside from Flamin' Hot.
Original song. Oh.
Flamin' Hot, The Fire Inside, Diane Warren. Ah,
Diane Warren.
I'm just Ken.
I'm just
got in
Ken.
there. Got in there.
Amazing. Ear Knuff.
Ear Knuff.
From American Symphony.
Okay, Never Went Away from American Symphony by John Batiste. That's a documentary about John Batiste, so that's pretty good.
From Killers of the Flower Moon.
Wazazi, A Song for My People
And What
by
Was I
Scott
Made
George
For?
for Killers of the Flower Moon. And What Was I Made For? Billie Eilish. I don't know, Billie Eilish.
The nominees
Mm.
for achievement in
This is going to be tough because I
It's
really
gonna-
like the
it's
last
gonna
two
be-
songs.
It's going to be tough, yeah. They're all really good. Original score, American Fiction, Laura Cartman. Hey, John Williams.
and the Dial of Destiny.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. That's awesome.
Love it.
Uh,
Killers of the Flower Moon, Robbie Robertson, Ludwig Göransson for Oppenheimer won the Golden Globe, and what was the last one? Totally missed the last one.
For Best
Poor Things.
Poor Things.
Yeah.
All right, documentary features. Here we go.
The People's
Bobby Wine,
your
The
favorite?
People's President. Not seen it yet.
The
Eternal Memory. Not seen it. Nominees to be determined. What?
Four
Four
Daughters.
Daughters. Not seen that one yet either. To Kill a Tiger. Nope. And 20 Days in Mariupol. I have seen that one, so those were those. I can't believe the John Batiste documentary has been like the #1 frontrunner the whole year. It didn't even
Make
get
it.
nominated.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Wild. Okay.
ABCs of book banning.
ABC's a book banning here. These are the documentary shorts.
The Barber of Little Rock.
The Barber of Little Rock,
Island.
Ooh.
Island in Between.
Not seen that one, but I've heard that one is amazing.
Okay. Last Repair Shop and Nene Waipo. Okay. ABC's a book banning we watched the other day. It was all right. So yeah, we'll have to check the rest of those out here. Here we go, Michaela.
Nominees are
All right.
EO, Happy
Best International Feature Film.
Perfect Days,
It-
Japan.
Dano from Italy.
Society of the Snow.
Perfect Days from Japan.
The Teacher's
Society of the Snow from Spain.
and The Zone of Interest.
The Teacher's Lounge from Germany. And The Zone of Interest from the United Kingdom. I'm a little surprised that we're not seeing
Okay.
Anatomy of a Fall.
No Anatomy of a Fall, no Past Lives.
Heron.
All right, animated feature film. This one's going to be tricky. Let's see.
Oh, we were saying this one was going to be so tough this year.
I know.
The Boy and the Heron
Robot
and
Dreams.
Elemental.
Oh, okay.
Nimona.
And
Oh
Spider-Man
my
Across the
gosh.
Spider-Verse. I was
Robot
hoping. I was
Dreams.
pulling for Ninja Turtles. That was on the last updated list I saw.
Yeah.
I was hoping, but no dice there. Production design. This one's also going to be really hard this year because you had a lot of cartoony looking things. Barbie
Yep.
there
Yep.
being my pick. Killers of the Flower Moon. Napoleon. Of course, it looked great.
did
Regardless
look
of
great.
content. Oppenheimer.
It looked amazing.
And Poor Things there. Poor Things production design was
Poor
pretty
Things
cool.
was
pretty
pretty-
cool.
For achievement in
The set design there was extraordinary, for sure. The pink sky. I'll never get over the pink sky.
Academy of a
Correct.
Fall.
Oh, we got film editing. Nominees for film editing.
Holdovers.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
The Holdovers.
Oppenheimer.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Poor Things.
Oppenheimer. and Poor Things. Oppenheimer. The editing thing, it's like, how did they take a 5-hour film and
yeah.
cut it down to 3.5?
That's right.
Okay.
All right.
Nominees for sound.
Sound. Okay.
The Creator. Oh, I'm so glad we saw that.
We did see that, and that's going to be coming up on the this week's episode.
Maestro. It is.
Maestro. Mission
Mission
Dead
Impossible.
Reckoning, Part 1. Apparently, I saw that they officially renamed Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 to just Dead Reckoning. So I don't know what that. I don't know what that means, but
And we got Oppenheimer and Zone of Interest.
visual effects. Okay, The Creator again there. Godzilla -1. I haven't seen that. I heard that people really enjoyed it, so I'm gonna have to.
Yes,
check
I
it
don't know
out.
if you're able to see the chat that is happening in the YouTube channel, but everyone's freaking out about Godzilla -1, so that's exciting.
Godzilla
I've never seen
-1
it. I
is where it's
don't
at.
know.
Mission
I'm very
Impossible
excited.
And Napoleon. Okay,
Napoleon, there. That one scene is pretty incredible.
it is pretty good. It is pretty good. El Conde. Okay. Killers. This is cinematography. The nominees here. A lot of sweeping epics, which has been kind of the theme of the last couple of years, right? Killers, Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. Oh, no,
Poor Things.
no,
Yeah.
no Oppenheimer there in cinematography. That's kind of a
No, it
surprise.
is.
Oh, it was? Oh, okay.
It was there.
All right.
Oh, actors in the leading role.
Here's our leading actors.
Bradley Cooper in Maestro. No one is surprised. I mean, no one should be surprised. Coleman Domingo for Rustin.
Paul Giamatti,
Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers.
Cillian Murphy, and Jeffrey Wright for
Cillian
American
Murphy.
Fiction. Okay, those were kind of the 5 presumed
Yeah.
nominees, and that's what we got there.
Yeah, very exciting. Congratulations to them.
Congrats, actress in a leading role here. See if there's any surprises. Oh, okay. That one's kind of surprising, I think.
Yes! Oh, I'm so glad that she is nominated.
Lily Gladstone.
Lily Gladstone.
Oh, Sandra Hüller.
Nobody should be surprised. She's so amazing in
from
that.
Anatomy of a Fall. She is excellent.
She is. I've heard. Yeah.
Carey Mulligan and Maestro, also excellent. And Emma Stone, of course, in Poor Things. Yeah, really strong there. I think the Annette Bening one was a little bit of a surprise, I think,
Yeah.
but
The nominees are Justine Triet, Anatomy
Ooh,
of a Fall,
directing.
Justine Triet. All right, Anatomy of a Fall apparently is making the big push for Best Picture instead of just the foreign film category there,
Yep.
or international feature, I guess. Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Poor Things,
Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. Nothing. I'm not surprised by any of these. Zone of Interest. Now, I find that a little surprising.
I'm kind of surprised. Greta Gerwig for Barbie was not nominated. Right there.
Yeah. That's.
nominees
All right, and here's
Not
the
sure
big
how
one,
I feel
Michaela.
about that one.
Here's the best picture, Michaela.
American Fiction. Ben Leclerc, Nikos Paramigos,
American Fiction. Awesome.
Wayne Johnson producers.
Okay.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah, if you're gonna be out of town, so I don't know if we'll not be able to go see that at the theater. I don't think. I
Oh,
don't know.
we'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out.
Anatomy of a Fall. That's exciting.
Tom Ackerley and Robbie Brenner producers.
Of course, Barbie.
Barbie, of course.
The Holdovers, Mark Johnson, producer.
The Holdovers.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Now, for anybody that doesn't know, they've expanded this to 10 nominations, up to 10.
Martin Scorsese.
So, Killers of the Flower Moon.
There were rumblings.
They wanted
that-
to make more room for films that actually made money, as well as films that were, hit significant. I guess I don't know.
Roscoe Krieger.
Maestro. Okay.
Oppenheimer. Emma Thomas, Charles Roven, and Christopher Nolan producers.
Oppenheimer.
Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives. Okay.
Oh, I'm glad it got nominated.
Hoffler, producers.
Best love story of 2023 for sure.
Ed Guiney, Andrew Lowe, Yorgos Lanthimos,
Poor Things.
Emma Stone producers.
And the Zone of Interest. James Wilson, producer.
Okay. Zone of Interest. All right.
Wow. It's interesting because I feel like Zone of Interest and Anatomy of a Fall kind of switched places in
All the nominees.
kind of the nomination
Hmm.
break a leg.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, that is the Oscar nominations there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off. We can wrap up here. Whoop, just kidding. There we go. All right. So, Michaela, that was quite the list. It was interesting, right? The foreign features there did not have the ones that we expected, and the main picture of the year had the ones that we kind of expected to see in that category. Had some a couple of surprises there. Nothing like super crazy. I don't think. I don't feel like there in that instance, but yeah, that's what they are. Any kind of initial thoughts here on our Oscar nominations for 2024?
Um, hmm. So I'm a little surprised that Greta Gerwig did not get nominated for Best Director. Um,
Yeah, best
I
best picture, best picture, best screenplay.
yeah,
There's Europa.
but
Yeah,
not Best Director,
not
and
best director.
I
That's
don't
kind of strange.
I don't know how I feel about that. I need to watch, to be fair, I need to watch like two that are on that list
Hmm.
still before I can fully say it was a full snub, but I feel a little bit like it was a snub because everything she touches is amazing. She's got such a keen eye of the
Maybe they
way
were
she
maybe they were like, we can't nominate her every time she directs a movie.
I mean, there is that, right? But they do it to Meryl Streep,
That's
and
true. That's true.
deservedly. I mean, I'm just saying they could do it to her too. There were a couple Golda I'd never heard of. Um,
Hmm.
there were all. I'm just going to be honest. Most of the documentaries, certainly the short documentaries, all the shorts,
Hmm.
um,
Sure.
are I had only heard of maybe one or two of those. So, but I'm really excited about the Best Actress listing. I think it's really strong. Um, man, it's going to be really tough this year, because usually you are able to kind of say, well, there's one or two that were just um, not
Yeah.
no chance, but like they were really great performances, but they weren't
Yeah,
they
there's usually like one or two that are excellent and like three that are really good. Right?
right.
But
This time
this
it's
year, yeah,
like
they're all
all
bordering
of them
on
are
excellent, right? So yeah,
pretty amazing.
it's gonna be tough. The acting categories are gonna be tough. The production design, I think, is going to be a really tough one to kind of figure out there. Um, you have stuff that's like big and sweeping like Napoleon, or you have stuff that's kind of playful and created out of craft paper like Poor Things and Barbie. So I don't know. It's going to be a really strange year. And not strange because everything there, for the most part, and once we see all these, I guess we'll get back to you whether they all were deserving, and they all are, in some sense or another. But it's going to be tricky making those picks, Michaela.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
and speaking of picks, that is something we do here on Drink the Movies. We always do our Oscar Pick'em competition. So look here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to get our prize package kind of pulled together, and then I will get the website updated with the link where you can go and make your Oscar picks, and then we do that, and it's just a fun way to go and make your Oscar picks, and whoever makes the most correct picks, is going to win that prize package. That's something we've done the last ever since the dawn of Drink the Movies and Oscars. We've been doing this giveaway, so look forward to that here over the next couple of weeks as we get that. Listen on our lobby bar next week. I'm sure that Michaela and I are going to be going through the list of things that we still need to watch. You're going to be on a plane, so you're going to have some chance to knock a couple of these out potentially here over the next couple of weeks, and I'll see if I can get into anything pretty good. We've got a couple of those still showing at the movie theater. I did see at our local Regal, so I'm assuming everyone out there's local theaters I saw this week, I think like Oppenheimer and Spider-Man and a couple of other things. Killers of the Flower Moon, maybe. We're all back in the theater this week.
Nice.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's like a studio driven thing or if that's like a movie theater driven thing, but it seems like something that it seems like a no-brainer to me to put those back out, especially like this week, right? Like get all those films back out into theaters, and that way, if
For
people
sure.
want to watch them at home, that's fine. If people want to go out into the theater and see them again or see them for the first time, they can. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to do that. That makes money for everyone, which seems to be kind of the end game there, I guess. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're getting better about doing that. I think maybe because of the speed of the way things happened in the past, where it was harder. to either store the films somehow, and now everything is digital. So it's much easier to just keep the licensing rights and then redistribute them in a certain way. I'm not in the theater business yet, so I don't know how that works. But I think you're right. I mean, they should really have the ability to bring back pretty much all of the nominations. And Regal, I mean, we're not affiliated with Regal, but we have those close to us, those theaters, and they do a pretty good job of every time it's Oscar season, doing the shorts, doing the documentaries. They used to do a package I think it might have been before COVID and maybe one time after, where you could go and for one price, you could get all of the best picture nominations. So you could go see like 9 or 10 films for a certain price. And that was really cool. They had like, you could go during certain times to go see them, which I thought was nice. Because really, if you're a film lover, it's about the experience of being changed and being entertained in all of its forms,
right? Which
I think is really, really great. So the Oscars, for anybody who's like, this is awesome, the nominees are here, what does that mean? Well, that means March 10th is when the Oscars actually are. It's a Sunday. If it's at 4 p.m. Pacific, it's like afternoon tea if you're on the West Coast. But if you're on the East Coast, it's a little bit more I don't know, formal sounding.
It's only good. It's only good on the East Coast when it starts, but by the time it ends, no, because there's been a lot of champagne being drank. There's been lots of arguments between Michaela and I about how we're doing in our Oscar pick'ems. Not really too much arguing. It's a lot of tears of joy and lots of acceptance speeches, and it's fun. We just really like the Oscars here at Drink the Movies and get pretty excited about them. So thank you so much for tuning in to our first ever live stream. If you caught that on YouTube, I think it's still going to be up there. I don't really know how that works, but we'll see, and we'll get this pushed out to our regular audio listeners here later today so they can get the episode as well. But this was fun. Michaela, going live, doing this. I think it was a good time.
This is amazing. I'm super grateful for all the work that you've done to make it happen. And
Michaela,
man, we've never done it quite like this.
Yeah, I've got the stream going. Michaela's just talking at her computer and just hoping that what I'm doing is correct. Really is what's happening.
I have full faith and love that you will do this. I just have all the faith in the world. That's really what it is. It's blind faith.
Blind faith. Absolutely. So, so thank you so much for joining us. Let us know in the comments here on the stream or on social medias what you thought about the picks, if there were any snubs or anything that you're definitely glad got nominated, and stay tuned to the feed there because we'll get that link put up to the Oscar pick'em here, like I said, in a couple of weeks. So thank you so much for joining us. Make yourself a coffee old fashioned and get to watching some movies. We'll talk to you next time in the lobby bar.